to commence the meeting. Can we start with the national anthem? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The time is just past 12, and I have been informed that the quorum for the meeting has been formed. Okay, we've just had the national anthem. I propose calling the 56th Annual General Meeting to order. There are three issues I would like to bring to your attention. First, I will ask that anyone who wishes to ask questions or propose or second motions should do so by means of the microphone that will be given to you. When the microphone is handed over to you, then begin by stating your name before continuing with what you wish to say. Secondly, I would like to inform you that in view of the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic, the curtailment measures and the guidelines put in place by the federal government, Lagos state government, and the health authorities, particularly the Lagos state government's prohibition of gathering of more than 50 people, and the corporate affairs guidelines on holding AGM of public companies by proxy, the convening and conduct of the AGM shall be done strictly in compliance with these directives. Lastly, I wish to introduce to you the people with me here and what they do. Starting from my immediate right is Mr. Olungbenga Ladipo, the Managing Director of the company. Next to him is Mrs. Omoebo, Non-Executive Director. To my left is Mr. Wole Olaoye, a Non-Executive Director. And next to him is Mr. Femi Akinbe. Ms. Kadaria Ahmed is joining us on Zoom. And so is Mr. David Prichard from the UK, joining us. Okay. My own name is Abdul Wahab Abatunde Dabiri, the director and chairman of the company. All right. Well, as you all know, this is my first time of doing this job. So any mistakes that are made, take them as a learning curve. I also wish to recognize the representatives of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Are they here? The Securities and Exchange Commission, and the registrars, Case Registrars Limited, formerly Sterling Registrars. They're also with us here. Okay. We must introduce also the members of the audit committee led by, Chief Daranijo. What the other? We have also, as members of the audit committee, Elder Adedoyin, and then Kabesi Ajadi. We also have with us, representing the auditors, Ernst & Young, Mrs. Alebioshu. So thank you very much for okay. Thank you. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Last but not the least, I also introduce the company secretary, Mrs. being represented by Mrs. Adiaga. I must advise that the register of directors' shareholdings is available for inspection on the front table until the end of the meeting, in accordance with the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAPC 20, LFN 2004. I will now call upon the secretary to read the notice convening the meeting.
Thank you, sir. members of the audit committee. 6, special business, to approve remuneration of directors. 7, amendment to articles of association. To consider and if thought fit, pass the following resolution as a special resolution, that the following new Article 59(2) of the Articles of Association of the company be and is hereby inserted to read as follows: that no business shall be transacted at any general meeting unless a quorum of members is present at the time when the meeting proceeds to business, save as herein otherwise provided. 30 members or persons personally present and holding or representing by proxy not less than 30% of the issued capital of the company shall be a quorum. Notes: 1. Compliance with COVID-19 related directives and guidelines. In view of the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic, the curtailment measures and the guidelines put in place by the federal government, Lagos state government, health authorities, and regulatory agencies, particularly the Lagos state government's prohibition of gathering of more than 50 people, and the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, issued guidelines on holding AGM of public companies by proxy. The convening and conduct of the AGM shall be done strictly in compliance with these directives and guidelines. 2. Proxy. A member of the company entitled to attend and vote at the annual general meeting is also entitled to appoint a proxy to attend and vote in his or her stead. A proxy need not be a member of the company. For the valid and stamped proxy form must be deposited at the office of the registrar, Pace Registrars Limited, 24 Campbell Street, 8th floor, Knight Frank Building, Lagos, or office of the company at 28/32 Ilupeju Industrial Avenue, Ilupeju, Lagos, not less than 48 hours before the time of holding the meeting. 3. Attendance by proxy. In line with CAC guidelines, attendance of the AGM shall be by proxy only. Shareholders are required to appoint a proxy of their choice from the list of nominated proxies below. Mr. W. B. Dabiri, the chairman. Mr. Oladipo, managing director. 4. Stamping of proxy. Made are regularly completed and signed proxy forms submitted to the company's registrars within the stipulated time. 5. Broadcasts of the AGM. The AGM will be recorded and broadcast online. This will enable shareholders and other stakeholders who will not be attending physically to view the proceedings. The link for the AGM broadcast will be made available on the company's website at www.academicpress-plc.com. Registered office, 28/32 Industrial Avenue, Ilupeju Industrial Estate, Ilupeju, Lagos. Closure of register and transfer books. The register of members and transfer books will be closed from Friday 23rd October to Tuesday 27th October 2020, both days inclusive, for the purpose of updating the register. Audit Committee 359, subsection 5 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20 LFN 2004. A nomination in writing by any member of a shareholder or for election to the Audit Committee should reach the Company Secretary at least 21 days before the annual general meeting. Rights of securities holders to ask questions. Securities holders have a right to ask questions not only at the meeting, but also in writing prior to the meeting. Such questions must be submitted to the company on or before 26th October 2020, dated this 15th day of September 2020, by order of the board. Signed, Joshua Oludayo Adeoye for Alpha Junior Sec Limited, Company Secretaries. Thank you.
Thank you. The chairman's statement, which has been circulated together with the annual report and financial statements, is on pages 8 and 9 of the report. Do I read the said statement to you all, or should it be taken as read? Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2020, which have already been circulated also, are now being laid before the meeting, together with the report of the directors, audit committee, and the auditors. May I now ask a representative of the external auditors, Ernst & Young, to read the report of the auditors to members.
And shareholders present. My name is Omololade Bioshu. I'm representing EY. The audit opinion is on page 25 to 29 of the financial statement. With your permission, I will read the audit opinion on page 25, basis of audit of our opinion on page 25, and proceed to page 29 to read the report on other legal and regulatory requirements. May I proceed? Thank you. Report of the independent auditors to the members of Academic Press PLC. Report on the audit of consolidated and separate financial statements. Our opinion. We have audited the consolidated and separate financial statement of Academic Press PLC, the company, and its subsidiaries, together the group, which comprise the consolidated and separate statement of financial position as of 31st March 2020, the consolidated and separate statement of profits or loss and other comprehensive income, the consolidated and separate statement of changes in equity, and the consolidated and separate statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and notes to the consolidated and separate financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies. In our opinion, the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statement give a true and fair view of the financial position of Academic Press PLC and its subsidiaries as of 31st March 2020, and their financial performance and cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS, issued by International Accounting Standards Board, and the relevant provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAPC 20, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and the requirements of Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act number 6, 2011. Basis for our opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing. Our responsibility under those standards are further described in auditor's responsibility to the audit of consolidated and financial statement section of our report. We are independent of the group and the company in accordance with International Ethical Standards Board for Accountants Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, IESBA Code, and other independence requirements applicable to performing audit of Academic Press PLC. We have fulfilled our ethical responsibilities in accordance with IESBA Code and in accordance with other ethical requirements applicable to performing the audit of Academic Press PLC. We believe the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide basis for our audit opinion. Page 29. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the requirement of Schedule 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, we confirm that 1. We have obtained all information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2. In our opinion, proper books of account have been kept by the group and the company insofar as it appears from our examination of those books. And 3, the group and company consolidated and separate financial statements, consolidated and separate statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with books of account, signed by Omolola Alebioshu, dated 25th of August 2020. Thank you.
What? May I call on the chairman of the audit committee to read the report of the committee?
Chairman, members of the Academy Press, shareholders. Report of the Audit Committee. In accordance with the provisions of Section 3596 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 240 AP C20, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 204. The members of the Audit Committee of Academy Press PSC hereby report as follows. We have exercised our statutory functions under Section 359(6) of the Companies and Allied CAP 20 Law of the Federation of Nigeria and acknowledge the cooperation of the management and staff in the conduct of these responsibilities. We have the opinion that the accounting and reporting policies of the group are in accordance with the legal requirements and agreed ethical practices, and that the scope and planning of both the external and internal audits for the year ended 31st March 2020 were satisfactory and reinforce the group's internal control systems. We have deliberated with the external auditors. We have confirmed that necessary cooperation was received from the management in the course of the statutory audit, and we are satisfied with the management's responses to the external auditors' recommendations on accounting and internal control matters, and with the effectiveness of the group system of accounting and internal control. Signed, Alhaji Chief SB Darani George Joseph of Peace, Chairman. Members of the committees are as follows. Alhaji Chief SB Darani George JP, Mr. Femi Akebe, Oba Ajadi, Olariwaju, Mr. Samuel Adedumi, Folashade B. Omo Ebo, Mrs. MS Kadira Ahmed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Item number 1 on the agenda is to lay before the meeting the reports of the directors, auditors, and audit committee, and the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2020. At this stage, we shall be pleased to deal with any questions from members on the report and the financial statements. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, distinguished shareholders, my name is Adegoye, Chief Adegoye of Lagos Zone Shareholders Association. I have looked at the annual accounts and report, and the report could show that the company had been properly managed throughout the year. The only problem I have is that at the end of the year, we couldn't show any profit. In fact, we show a loss, 47 billion. When I looked at the cause of that, I saw that for the whole year, in fact, for quite a long time, our sales we have been running on the spot as far as sales is concerned. Last year, it was 2.4. This year, 2.4. The year before, I looked at the 5 years record. We have been running around 2 billion. My advice is that we should look into possibility of jacking up our revenue, because without the revenue increasing, we have managed the expenses. I went through the expenses. They were all managed. Administration expenses, everything within limit. But the problem we have is that our turnover, that is our revenue, has not increased. Well, I would suggest that the board and management should find a way of increasing our revenue so that at the end of the year, next year, we can show profit and dividend. The other point I want to, I observe and I want to highlight is the fact that we still, despite the fact that the turnover is not increasing, we still increase our trade debtors. I think we should do something to ensure that we manage, control our debtors so that we don't need to, give so much credit to people. As I said, once we can increase that revenue, since we have managed our costs, our expenditure, we will be able to make profit next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mrs. CEO Obide, National Coordinator of ACOP Shareholder Association. Sir, the annual, page 4. The annual reports and the financial statement and the turnover of our company show index, and we need to work hard. Even the performance show for the 2019 show the deficit. I am advising, sir, the incoming director that they are coming on board need to jack up and do more work so that we can declare dividend for next year. Most of the things shareholder understand most is item 2, which is not the dividend. So the incoming director should jack up. And sir, when you are addressing us, I noticed something. Although you are new, but for the people, for the shareholder that we are representing today, is an advice you may not know. If we are more than this, it's an advice that when next you are addressing us, sir, other director took a while, you did not. Maybe you don't know. When when it's a crowd, they will start shouting. And if we don't talk about it, when they are watching it online, they may say, we did not advise you. So that is my advice. Sir, in page 7. Throughout the whole year, our MD that is overseeing this company, in the day, the running of the business. We did not see your statement. You didn't even mention, you didn't even speak out. We did not see your red light. Sir, we are advising you for subsequent year that you should please, even if it is a statement, let's hear from you. Page 15, sir. The donation, since we are not making, page 15, since we are not making much profit, why can't we use our book to some people for donation, not money? You know, we are not making profit. Maybe from there, our sales, people will see what we are doing. I know it's not easy for people in our sector because of the people that is, using our book. Maybe they duplicate it. It's not easy, but when we use our books for donation, it will be better. This is an advice. I don't know, maybe it makes sense. Let's go to page 26. I will strongly suggest that the board director should comply with the external auditor strongly. And I use this opportunity to appreciate the registrar. But if they can't send the list of unclaimed dividend and let them bring, the e-mandate is there, but some people, they've not gotten that right. I don't know how the board can advise our registrar to send it more. I know it's on different page, not on annual report, but to get to some members, some of our association members, so that at least it will reduce the burden of unclaimed dividends, sir. In the press association, what are we doing for those people that are doing a fake book? What I know there is, people have been trying, but what are the other things that we are doing to curb these people, the parliamentary people that are making duplication of our book? What are the steps we are doing to curb them? Then my last question, sir, concerning, I don't know, maybe it's advisable to say it here. There is a job that is at stake that I think we can take it, but maybe after the meeting I'll tell you, so that our other people will not hear from this and take over that job. It's important we can get money from it. So maybe after the meeting, we can, if we try, we can get before Learn Africa took over this job. Thank you very much.
Comments? Or can quickly take the observations. Thank you very much. Madam, I'm taking it back. Thank you for the advice. Okay, the first set of questions, that we should increase revenue. I think my chairman's statement, stressed that, and the thrust of the chairman's statement is that we must diversify our income stream. What we've been doing before, like you're saying, we're still on the same spot. But, if we diversify our income stream, then there are other ways we'll make money. And by the time we add it all up, it will be more than 2 billion. This year, we were so sure we were going to be more than 2 billion. But you know what has happened to this year? Eh? Okay. You know what has happened, to this year? It's been dominated by COVID, and we'll still see what we can do. But one other thing on the loss making is you must understand that we are facing serious, what they call headwinds. Most of the books in Nigeria, because of the tariff regime, are imported. So those of us who are local, manufacturers, printers, we can't compete against the imported printed books because they come in with zero duty, while we have to pay duty on all our inputs. We're not just sitting down, even up to the Minister of Education, to show that we're not in a level playing field, and that they should help local printers, not only us, the whole industry, to be able to compete more effectively. If they do that, then the numbers will just go up dramatically. There are more books imported into Nigeria than printed because we are not being protected. The increase in trade debtors referred to here, I think, on a balance sheet is just one snapshot. Our major customer had an order with us, and we were doing his job. And until we finish his job, he wouldn't fully pay us. So the level of debtors that are shown in this account has dramatically reduced because by July, we had finished his job and he had paid us. And so we came back to a more reasonable level. We shall always watch trade debtors for many reasons. We don't want to lose money. In terms of dividend, the next set of questions, obviously it is our desire as soon as we can make and retain profit to pay dividend. We know that for a fact, and we promise you as soon as we can, we will make that up. MD statement, all right, we note, yes, some companies have MD statement, some don't, but we note what you have raised. In terms of donating our books, we don't really have any books. We print for people. So if we print for you, we can't take, we have no authority to give any other person your books. We have to give it to you who we are printing for. Then you can donate. But we can't, contractually start donating books that we've been asked to print. But the sentiment is taking, and it was only because we too were facing tough time. That's why we said, the little money we have, don't let's give it out. But we'll be back donating as before. Unclaimed dividends, I think the registrar, they've heard your suggestion and they would, work on it. Again, on fake books, copyright infringement, again, what we do is working with the association that we belong to, both at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and the Printers Association. We're working with all of them to ensure that fake books are reduced to the barest minimum. It's an industry-wide challenge, and we're playing our part in ensuring that this is reduced to a manageable level, because people are losing money when you fake and print their books. So I hope those questions satisfy, their shareholders. Okay. So on item 1, believe there are no more questions. And so we can now move to the other issues of the day. Item 2 is to re-elect directors. My humble self, I'm Mr. Wale Olaoye, who retired by rotation in accordance with section. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, sir. My name is Ms. Obide.
Okay.
This is by proxy.
Okay.
It's an observation.
Yes.
All items after voting, we did proxy.
Yes.
People, they will count the vote of the people present,
Yes.
then by vote before we second. So
Yes.
the item 1, you start with item 1. It is not a normal meeting.
Okay.
It is by proxy. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Are you clear with? Let's the registrar explain better. Each agenda need to, we that were here as a shareholder and you vote, couple with the proxy we collected. They will read it too, because there are some little things that it has to be fine. So we need to go by the procedure.
But item number 1, it's not by voting. Item number 1 is to present. Yeah? We should still move with motion. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I have laid before the House the financial statements for 31st March 2020. So do I have a seconder to approve it?
Chief Adegwe seconds the motion.
Okay, thank you very much. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. Okay, item 2. On the item 2 on the agenda is to re-elect as directors my humble self and Mr. Wale Olaoye, who retired by rotation in accordance with section 2591 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20 LFN 2004. The 2 retiring directors are eligible for reappointment, and I will now step aside for the managing director, Mr. Olugbenga Ladipo, to handle this item on the agenda.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I shall go on as advised. In accordance with Section 295, subsection 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20 LFN 2004, may I ask a shareholder to move the following motion: that Mr. Wahab Babatunde Daviri, who retired in accordance with Articles 98-101 of the Company's Articles of Association, being eligible for re-election, be and is hereby re-elected director of the company. Mrs. Obide.
I so move.
Thank
My
you.
name is Ms. Obide.
Okay. Mr.
I second. Chief Adegwe,
Adegwe.
I second it.
All those who are in favor of the motion, please signify by raising your right hand. Those who are against the motion, please signify by raising your right hand. Okay. By majority required, I declare the motion carried unanimously. The second appointment, in accordance with Section 2591 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, Cap C20 LFN 2004, may I ask a shareholder to move the following motion that Mr. Wale Olaoye, who retire in accordance.
No, sir, there is a little error.
Okay.
We still need to vote. Don't let these regulator people charge us. Don't let us pay penalty with money we don't have.
So we have to vote. Okay.
But we couple it with the cross deal we did.
I think is the registrar to announce that, isn't it?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, the ITables and the audit committee and present who are present here. Based on Mrs. Obidi's observation, what we need to do now, some people have voted already through proxy form. So people here need to vote through the electronic device machine that we have. So we now add everything together and display the result. So we have one result already. That is the closing one, which has been, taken. So we display it, and also those who voted here will be added to it. So we now announce the result. No. Sorry, sir. So let us take our phone, sir. Let us dial #347 #. It's on the screen, sir. #347 #. Sorry, *347 *13 #. It's on the board at the screen. *347 *13 #.
*347
13 #. So please press 1. Press 1. Send, yes. No elections available. *347 *47 13 #. Send. Yes, sir. Press send. So press 1. Send. Now, you now say, here is ongoing resolution. Enter 1 for re-elect, just hold on, sir. For re-elect Mr. W.B. Dabiri as director. So if you want him to return, press 1. If you are against, press 2. If you are in support, press 1. Send. Is it okay, sir? It's not going. Please.
What does it say? What does it say? Let it say no. I'll say to everything.
Okay, so she doesn't have a call card on her phone. That's the reason for not accessing.
This phone is not acting up. It says it doesn't recognize this one.
Yes, sir.
We tried it several. We tried it several.
What about for Mr. Olawi? The same thing, the same number.
Same number that we register him with.
What number did you register me with?
Can you check? Please confirm, Mr. Olawi. Dayo, please call. No, I'm just done. Okay, sir. Hello, sir. 080 333 23 212, sir.
I'm not seeing the network.
Oh.
Zero.
This is it here. It's not seeing the network.
It's not seeing the network.
Okay. What number did you get?
Your sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. 080, sir.
Yeah.
251
Yes.
15
Yes.
111, sir.
Yeah. But it's not going. So let me give
Okay,
you,
okay, sir.
let me
Okay.
give you an
Why your own is not going, sir? You don't have an account.
You don't have an account.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but can I vote for it? Can I vote again?
No, you can't vote again. Since you don't have an account, you can't vote, sir.
What is you don't have an
What is the meaning of that? Why don't I have an account?
Sir, are you a shareholder?
No, I'm an independent director.
That's it. That's the major reason, sir.
But I can vote. Can I vote?
As a director.
You can't vote, sir.
I can't vote as a
You can't vote, sir. It's just for shareholder. Once you're a shareholder, you can vote.
Can I give you a new number?
Yes, sir. We can update it. Give us a new number, sir. Sir. Sir, it's your own, sir.
My own is 1111, sir.
But the technicality she's raising, all these voting, can we take everything together? I think the way we have to vote. We can still take it together. But she's saying that you must have what we vote here plus what you already have.
Yes, we display it now. But those who have voted to proceed to display, those who have voted to display right now, sir.
We'll be voting to take everything together.
It depends on what. That's what I suggested yesterday. That we should just take it at once.
But the secretary is saying she would rather not.
Let us follow our own instruction. We display the first one now. Let us take it like that, so that we don't contradict what he has suggested. Sir, we are about to display the results, sir. No, don't worry. Let us. So update it. They will vote at the next. The next agenda. So we want to display the first result, sir. Please display.
He was a chairman for many companies before that. He only but my process is different because of COVID. Because of COVID, otherwise. Don't worry, I will collect lecture. I'm giving you
Are you done now?
Yes, sir. It's be displayed now. The result will display now. Yeah. I think so. So here's the result, sir. For item number 2, that is to re-elect Mr. W.B. Dabiri A as director. Votes for 84, that's 100%, with a total unit of 265,949,690. That's 100%. So meaning that so on the item 3, sir. Okay, it's okay. Okay, sorry. So for the second page, sorry. Okay, for the second person now, Mr. Wole.
We have to go through the same.
Yes, sir.
You can take them together.
Since we have done his own, let us do his own also. So Mr. Wole Olaoye as director, just like what we said before, on your phone, press *347# #31. Sorry, #13. Sorry, #13. *347# *13. Send. Yes, sir. Enter one, sir. Yeah. Send. It's okay, man. So please press *347# *13# and send for those who are yet to vote. *347# 13 hash. For those who have not voted, press 1.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. 30 seconds to go. 29, 25, 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds to go. 4 seconds to go. 2 seconds to go. I want to display the result. At least we have a large number of people that voted here. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah, please display. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the result. To re-elect Mr. Wole Olaoye as director, we have 86 counts. So with a total number of 367,208,130. So that are voted for. Why against? We have nil. So we have meaning that his election was he has been re-elected as a director of the company. So the next on the agenda we have, yes, remuneration. To authorize the directors to fix the auditors' remuneration. So we are voting whether the director should authorize the remuneration of the auditor. Item number 3. Audit committee, yes, audit remuneration. Should we go?
I should need that for remuneration.
So we are about to vote, sir.
Huh? Aren't we? You know, how are we going to? We're not going to formally. Okay. All right. No, I think taking. No. You want to handle everything?
No, you can move it so that you can know a second. So we now do the voting, sir. Yes, let him move.
All right. Item 3 of the agenda is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. The firm of Messrs. Ernst and Young, Chartered Accountants, have indicated their willingness to continue as auditors to the company. Meanwhile, may I call on a shareholder to formally move the following? I can move. Okay, that the fee of Messrs. Ernst and Young Chartered Accountants who continue in office pursuant to the provisions of Section 357 of the Companies and Allied Matters be fixed, and the directors are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the said auditors in respect of the financial statements for the year ending 31st March 2021 in compliance with Section 361B of the Act. Okay? Yes. Okay. We have a seconder.
Chief Adegbo is second seat.
Second. Okay. Can we now vote or? So what do we do?
So let us press
the same number.
*347 13#. Just like what we did previously, sir. Yeah. Press 1 and send. Are we done? So you want to display the result now? Yes. Here's the result. So we have 86 that voted plus the proxy form. So we have a total number of total number of shares, which is through 267,208,130. No, this is not. Sorry, sir. Thank you. So here's the result again. Sorry for the mix-up. So we have 86 that voted plus the proxy form with a total number of shares of 267,208,130. So meaning that we are in support that the direction should fix the remuneration of the auditors. Thank you.
Okay, item number 4 is to approve the appointment of Mr. David Prichard, who was appointed the director of the company in April 2020. In the annual reports, we have provided the CV of Mr. David Prichard. I should just mention as extra information that Mr. Prichard's father was one of the few people who set up Academy Press 56 years ago. David himself is an accomplished lawyer, corporate director, and he even served in the military of the United Kingdom. So he's a very versatile person, and we believe that he'll be a good addition, to the board, and is representing our 10% shareholder, Ambleside. So, registrars, can I have someone move this motion?
Chief Adegboye, I move.
Okay, seconded.
Seconded by Mrs. E.O. Bide.
Okay, registrar.
So voting should commence by now. As we stated before, type *347*13#. If you are in support, you press 1. If you are against, you press 2. Hello. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 8, 6, 5, 2, 1. Voting over. Thank you. Kindly display the results. Here's the results. 100%.
About number 5. Number 5 on the agenda is to elect members of the audit committee. Your board has reappointed Mr. F.T. Akingbe, Mrs. F.B. Omoyabo, and Ms. Kadara Ahmed as its representatives on the committee. In the same vein, Alhaji S.B. Daranijo, Mr. Samuel Adekunle Adedoyin, and His Royal Highness Oba Yekini Olanrewaju Ajadi, who represented the company in the previous year, have been formally re-nominated for appointment to represent the shareholders on the committee in accordance with Section 3595 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAP C20 LFN 2004. Okay, in view of any counter nomination, may I call on a shareholder to formally move the motion for appointment of the members of the audit committee.
Mr. Chairman, Chief Adeboye, I move the appointment of the audit committee members.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I second. My name is Mrs. Obide.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Registrars? Oh, we don't need to vote on this. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I thought you said we didn't need to vote. No. It's fine. You can Mr. S.A. Adedoyin. For the shareholders here, we have 10 votes for Chief S.B. Daranijo, 10 votes for S.A. Adedoyin, and 10 votes for Oba Ajadi. Okay. Item number 6 on the agenda is to approve the remuneration of the directors of the company for the year ending 31st March 2021. Please note that the fee has remained the same for the last 5 years. Pursuant to Section 2671 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAP C20 LFN 2004, may I ask a shareholder to move the following formal motion: that an amount of 6,870 million being directors' fees proposed for the year ending 31st March 2021 be and are hereby approved. So, any shareholder? It's for my own fee. I can't move. Yeah. This man, watch what you are doing now. You are supposed to be giving them the.
Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Okay.
Seconded by Mrs. Obide.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have to vote on that.
Phone, press *3. Some second, please. Remuneration. Same number. Shall we start? Should we start? Okay. The same number, sir. *347 *13#. If you are for, press 1. If you are against, press 2. $25 seconds left. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 8, 6, 5, 3, 1. Vote over. Result to be displayed. Here's the result, sir. 100%. Okay, sorry. 1 against. 1 person voted against. So, however, we still have a majority carrying the vote.
Moving on, we now come to item number 7 on the agenda, which is the amendment to the Articles of Association of the company. May I ask a shareholder to move this formal motion?
Mr. Chairman, Chief Adegoye, I move.
Okay. Seconder?
Seconded by Mrs. Obide.
Okay. Registrar, voting?
*347 *13#. Sorry, let's do the voting again. Let's start now. Star 347, star 13 hash. If you are for, press 1. If you are against, press 2. Thirty seconds. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 8. 6. 5. 3. 2. Vote close. So here's the result, sir. 86 voted for, while nil against. So we have 100%. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, we've come to the formal end of the meeting. I thank you all very much for having the patience to go through this new COVID-induced procedure. We thank you for the support of Academy Press, and we assure you that better days are ahead. Thank you very much. God bless. Safe journey. Thank you very much. The lady from Ijebu, Abby, you know, I now know you. So you're my good friend, so I don't need to pay. Thank you very much.
Bye, David.
Bye, David. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Oh. Take care. Okay, thank you very much. Wait.
We thank you, O Lord, for taking us through this meeting. Everything started well and ended well. Glory be to your name. As we are about to go to our different homes, we pray that will lead us home safely, and the company will continue to progress in all ramifications, so that next year we are going to be able to get dividend. In Jesus' name we pray.